Hello everybody, welcome back to the Our Smiling Faces podcast, which is brought to you by GEORDIE Gifts and Guillermo Clothing. You do get discounts on both those stores. And Deka's got something very special to say to everyone.
Won Ya Kna? Get in there, man.
Mark's back, Deka's here, chuffed a bit, hungover, still chuffed, still smiling.
Always smiling.
Always Smiling Faces podcast.
All three, always smiling faces.
So,
I feel like we won the FA Cup or something.
Smiling.
oh, you just don't want to win the FA Cup.
Oh, I'm sure I am doing, yeah.
You just wouldn't be happy because we'll probably get beat anyway.
You wanted to win the FA Cup
I did, yeah.
and get relegated for 17 years.
3.
And never come back up ever again.
That wasn't the root cause, that was the question.
It was.
It wasn't the question.
The question was, would you win the FA Cup and then be Bolton? I'm just joking, it wasn't that bad.
Sad state of affairs with Bolton and Bury, isn't it?
It's really
Really weird what Sky's
Is
posted.
it Bury or is it Berry?
Berry.
No, it's Bury, isn't it? She right?
No, it's Berry.
It's one of.
Is it B-A-R-R-Y, like?
It's Berry.
No, it's Bury.
It's Berry.
It's Irish. It's Bury, like.
It's definitely Berry.
Well, you say Bournemouth, I say Bournemouth.
It's Berry.
How can it be Bury?
Comment below, what is it? Is it Berry or Bury? It's Berry.
Is it Bolton?
You don't.
Is it Bolton?
You don't bury
Bolton.
someone.
You do? If you
Bury them.
from down south.
No, for me, it's not
Bury
Bury.
them.
Like I would never. I wouldn't say we're playing Bury. I would have. We've got Bury on Saturday.
Would you?
100%. Yeah, honestly.
Well, we didn't get buried on Sunday.
No way.
We did that. So,
amazing.
Newcastle United v Tottenham Hotspur in the brand new spanking stadium.
Fuck it.
It's got a huge
Looked
big
nice, didn't it?
cock on the very top, and it's not Musa Sissoko.
Hey!
It was amazing.
What a day. What a day. So, starting lineup. Both of us, you weren't here last week. You were in
No, I was
Turkey.
listening to you on your sun lounger.
You didn't bring any headbands back for, which we were pretty upset
Couldn't find
about.
a headband for love nor money.
It was sold out.
Sold out.
So I have to go to Sports Direct and buy one of them black ones that he keeps wearing now.
No, not our Sports Direct, remember? Scab.
Sorry.
So, yeah, start lineup. I think last week we wanted to see Manquillo back in that team.
Yeah.
Were you going to try and say no there?
No, sorry, I thought you were going to say a different part of the pitch. Sorry, but yeah, no, you're right, yes. Manquillo definitely had a crack.
So, Manquillo didn't get that starting point. Kraft did keep it despite the poor display against Norwich.
Yeah.
The rest of the back four was the same. Obviously, keep us the same. Change in midfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, Shelby wasn't there. Shelby not being there.
Got to
replaced
say,
by
I was over
different
the moon with that.
So different formation. St. Maximum comes in.
Yeah.
The rest is the same.
Yeah.
Formation went back to what it was slightly in regards to 3 up top.
I'm not
No,
sure.
I
Like,
didn't think so.
Did you not think
for
it was
me-
3 up top?
For me, it wasn't.
I thought you had Saint playing midfield. Like,
Saint for me was right wing, and you had left wing, and you had Almiron on the right wing.
Right, so 3 up top.
No, 4 in midfield.
Basically pushing forward what we were playing last season where 3 went up.
It was-
perhaps.
Then when you
I
defend
was-
as 5 in midfield.
When I seen the formation and the team, I was expecting that kind of 3 at the back, and then the two wing backs with Hayden and Longstaff in the middle, so they then effectively become a 4, with then the 2 in front and then 1 up front. So almost a 3-4-2-1
Fly was back, sorry.
is what I was expecting. But I think it probably actually did start off a little that way.
Saint Maxim was quite deep from
Yeah.
memory. It was a little bit like Key in terms of his position. Sometimes when we didn't have the ball. Well, obviously he's working hard for the team. He's been told to do it. He's listening to what he's been told.
They were just tucked
A
little bit inside of obviously of the 2 wing backs, weren't they?
Which is what you probably expect when you're playing against a team like Spurs where they're going to dominate from start to finish, really.
Well, they didn't.
I wasn't happy with Saint starting, being honest with you, because I didn't think there's any way he could be ready.
After a hamstring injury.
How can you
yeah.
be? You couldn't, man. You couldn't be
So
ready.
apparently
to
Bruce
play.
came out today and defended that, saying that he was training all week. He got the go-ahead from the likes of the physios. I don't think that's Bruce's fault. I think that's down to the likes of physios, coaching
Yeah,
staff.
I'm not blaming Bruce for it. I'm just saying.
It's the player as well. If the player's saying that he's fine, he's not feeling any effects, and you've got to take that at face value.
There's a lot of
You've got to
people
look at the
kicking
scans
off and saying
stuff
that
like
Bruce has brought him back too quick. It might be correct what they're saying, but surely Bruce will get a list on, say, Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday saying, this is your injured players. You cannot pick from those players.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So that's the way it goes down. So if that player's on the sheet as a fit player, you're going to pick him on, yeah? So I don't
you're
think...
right.
If you go with that formation, it's a no-brainer. isn't it?
I wouldn't say. Sorry, I didn't say that well. I wasn't unhappy he started. I was actually really pleased he did. I was surprised because I
Worried,
thought this
yeah.
guy's got a hamstring injury and couldn't even make the bus last week.
Yeah.
How can you all of a sudden be starting? And then I'm maybe getting a bit far ahead
No,
here.
go ahead.
It didn't look like some players were happy that he got injured. Dummett was furious with him.
Really?
Oh, they were shouting ball at him. And Bruce's face at the end didn't look. It was almost to me as if they were questioning was it out wrong. When I seen Richie and Dummett, the way they were looking, shouting ball.
What I noticed, it came from a free kick which was taken quickly, and Richie, if it was Richie that took it, he put a lot of power on the free kick and put it towards us. He tried to trap Spurs, and then he tried to play him through.
Quick free kick to
He did, yeah.
The byline.
And St. Maximum struggled to get on the end of it, and he got there, and his first touch
Well,
was shot, and that's where it went.
I think that's what he didn't struggle to get there because he sharp.
He was trying to control
to
it.
get to it. He was there. And it was as he went to control it, when you first looked at it, it was like, what the hell's he done there? He's like completely missed the ball, whatever. And then it wasn't until you then saw the replay, you actually just saw him just have a little feel of his lower buttock, to be quite precise.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
In his positioning.
But there was a couple of players didn't seem happy with him, and it was as if like kind of.
You carried on for a little while after that though as well.
Why have you said that you were fit then?
Yeah.
Like that was the reaction I was getting. I was getting the reaction of he said to everyone that was willing to listen, my hamstring's fine, let us play.
Yeah.
15 minutes in, you're off injured.
God.
And it was as if Duncan was going, you son of a bitch, like why didn't you just say you weren't fully
son
fit?
of a bitch.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. You know, that really.
I'm not quite sure he did say that.
Wait, I don't know what
You
said.
ad-libbing there.
Oh,
But let's be thankful because that injury brought on the player who I think
was Messi,
won us the game.
Was Messi, wasn't he?
So unbelievable.
He was unreal.
Let's go to the goal, right?
He's unreal.
Because the goal came.
Let's not get carried away yet.
Well, what else do we
There's
need
a
to
lot
talk about?
before that.
Like what?
My belt's undone already.
Let me get to the goal, mate. What do you want to speak about before the goal?
Go on then, all right. Well, were you shocked at Shelby being dropped, sorry? Were you shocked at that? Why not? Because Longstaff wasn't in last week.
And Shelby got the goal
To be
against
fair, I
Spurs.
was... Well, Shelby might have got the goal the week before, but that's about all he did that whole entire game.
Yeah, well, aye, but Christ. There was another 11 of them and all. I could have about 10 I could
Actually, starting against Spurs, I thought Longstaff started really poorly.
It's dreadful.
Yeah.
Couldn't pass the ball.
Did you see him pass
Couldn't pass the ball.
Joe White?
Yeah,
it was like
straight to the
an
Norwich,
easy ball.
straight to the Spurs player.
First half, and he played it to their full-back.
Christ.
Straight in. I was like,
Awful.
whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, it was
As
so-
the game went on, he got better and better.
Yeah.
Like the first, probably up until we scored, we looked poor. If I'm being totally honest, I thought we couldn't pass the ball to each other. Kraft looked awful.
As always.
He kept getting, kept caught out of position and stuff like that.
I've seen Milk turn quicker.
There was blocks going in left, right and centre. I'm sure they had 2 penalty shouts before we got the goal as well.
In fairness, you go to any, well, you could say any away ground, you're going to have 10 or 15 minutes at the beginning where there's going to be this up-tempo onslaught almost. You need to
You've
weather
got to be in
that.
your top game, yeah. Stop.
And we weathered that. We did struggle to keep hold of the ball, but then we really pressing with. But we weathered that, and then I thought that we came into the game with self.
Absolutely.
A little.
Once, and as you say, once Atsu came in, and he then they just started, and I think that's when the shape probably changed a bit for me, and they went to more of a 4 across the middle, which. When it happened, I was thought, is this going to mean that Joel Linton's going to be, isolated up top again? But it didn't happen because Atsu and Almiron were pushing on forward. Yeah. Richie was bombing on. Kraft was bombing on. So that
Kraft actually got in some good areas on that right-hand side. I'm not saying anything really came of them, but
sometimes
he's willing to get
during the game, I was thinking, has Richie swapped sides yet? Because he looks very
Very
similar from the distance. Has Richie swapped sides? I was like, nah, it's not him. Because he was driving forward at times during that game.
I think if you go to the goal,
what a move!
I mean, 17 passes. Man. I've watched it about 40,000 times. Everyone was class there.
Whilst I was watching
very
the game,
patient with the ball as well.
When I was watching the game, I didn't realise how good that goal was.
Fair comment. Yeah,
so the more times I watch it, you notice other things happening. Because at first, I didn't realise how well Atsu did, apart from the cross. I didn't realise he was knocking players off the ball left, right and centre earlier on in the move.
Joe Linton
won it on the halfway line, didn't he?
He was towards, I think, the dugout area.
And they played a little triangle, the three of them, and turned in the middle.
I didn't realise that until I watched the highlight. I think it was on Twitter or somewhere anyway. And it said, this was the goal. And I seen Joe Linton pick it up here, and he was literally shielding against it. Looked like 8 men. And I'm thinking, this can't be the goal. He's over there somewhere. And then I realised just how long we kept the ball for and moved it around. And Atsu's pass was incredible.
So Joe Linton, he gets in about 3-4 different positions because he's there where you say on the edge of the box. Then he moves to the centre circle. Then he moves over to the right hand side of the pitch. The next minute, he's through in the middle.
Was all over, as I say, from this side into the middle. Then it went out wide. Then it dropped back. The back four played
then
it a
came
little
back
bit.
to Atsu.
Came back into the middle, and Atsu was just found himself in an absolute acre of space.
3 different players at 3 different points during that build-up trying to take that ball off him. Yeah. And every single time, he shielded the ball, dropped his shoulder, and he was through. And the ball, that is one of the best crosses you'll see this season because it's pinpoint.
To get it up and down, how he did it.
It's the defender. That's what makes it the defender reaching for it, then over.
Sissoko was just standing off him.
So Sissoko,
just as if to say,
earlier in the move,
earlier
in the move, Sissoko tries to get it off Atsu, and he tries to muscle him off the ball, and he doesn't. He gets nowhere near it. So he must be thinking later on, I've tried getting close to him before, I'll just stand off him.
He's probably thinking, as I would probably, to be fair, like, you know, you've only got Joelinton in the middle. We're quite
he has the space as well.
We're
set has the space between the two of them.
What you're going to do, and he just think it over both of them. I was a bit nervous. I thought his first touch was brilliant, but I was nervous because Rose was coming. And I thought, God, he was getting close, you know. But what a goal, man! What a finish as well.
I can't understand how he got that much power from that shot.
Yeah,
because he almost. He kind of side foots it, he whips it, but
it's a great finish.
He puts a hell of a boot behind it.
But what a tremendous goal! It was a tremendous goal. Like,
as you say, Atsu in that entire thing, and for the rest of the game was brilliant.
I mean, considering he's been out injured as well, I think he only trained 3 days of that week. He looked class.
And coming on as a sub as well, obviously. Was it 20 odd minutes? Well, probably less than that, was it?
It was really brave on the ball, wasn't he? Like, every time he was so brave on the ball, he was getting the ball and he was willing to take people on, he was willing to commit.
We've seen games where Atsu has clearly not wanted the ball as well. Where he's drifted out of play and you can tell he doesn't want the ball. On Sunday, every chance he got, he was asking for that.
He's very calm. There was a few times he picked it up in our own penalty box, and he was just like, "I'll just flick it here, that's all right." Like, it just, I don't know, he played with some sort of belief almost that he could play like that, and it was refreshing to see, class to see. To be fair,
it's great when he's got that confidence in his performance, because he does do it, you know, from time to time, and you see it, and that's why you.
The difficulty you probably have, though, as you're probably seeing there, is that. Like, the value of player he is, you might get that one in every 7 games. Like, you're not going to get that the next week and the week after and the week after. So it's kind of one of them, isn't it, where you just got to.
There was times where he got a good run of games where he put in good performances back to back and stuff like that. But he's very rarely had that consistent run in the team. And
he's one of the ones that I don't think any of us and a lot of people just almost write off. Like, you talk about signing players. Everyone just wants that front three of St. Maximum, Almiron and Joelinton. Well, no one even knows our 2 players for.
I said last season, I said that he wasn't good enough for the Premier League. I'll openly say that. I said he wasn't, and just because he's had one fantastic game, let's say, I don't think he's up there Premier League standard. You've got to give him a run of games. If he is putting performances in like that, hopefully he will get it. But let's not get carried away with Atsu, because we've seen it in the past how bad he can be. How bad all of them can be. I mean, true.
The other player that I thought was incredible was Dummett. Dummett was absolutely amazing. Brave. He was intelligent. He just read every cross, every through ball. Bang! He was the one that was there.
Him and Shea, the amount of blocks, last ditch challenges, headed clearances that they.
Dummett did a mint one in the first half. There was a goal, and he just got it over his lad's head. But Shea did one in the second half where they crossed the ball in. I think it was Kane going to score. Bang! Shea got
just
it
in front of the keeper.
And there was that thing again. You remember that gif that goes on all the time of the Leicester game. Leicester away.
No, it was Leicester.
They're just smashing every player.
I was Chelsea.
That's exactly
Leicester. I did.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And I was it's like all the bullshit that they've been getting and Bruce has been getting. That game there will look organised, will look committed. Everyone knew what they were doing. It was fucking mint. It was absolutely mint. It was a performance that I sat here last week and said 5-0 get beat. So of course I'm not expecting that performance. Even when we went 1-0 up, I still thought, them will turn up the second half. You know what I mean? Like,
if anyone, any single Newcastle United fan had picked us to win that game, they were doing it out of a laugh or saying,
somebody
might happen. That bet on.
200 quid on it, didn't they?
Must have too much money.
No one saw that coming. Let's be honest. Not a single person saw that coming.
It was unbelievable.
We sat here last week and we said about the whole kick-off on the coach between Dummett and Lascelles, Richie, about the rest of the team players that didn't pull away against Norwich. We sat there and went, you don't do that against Spurs, because Spurs will just go and run wild against you.
You would have thought so.
Look what happened.
we never looked in any trouble.
Nah.
Like, never looked in any trouble.
The one
I don't know
time...
if you can say we never looked
So Son had a
I
shot.
was never sweating, like.
Son had a... I'm fucking sweating now. If anyone knows, I'm just drying my face every 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, that I know.
So Son had a shot and
Dubravka
Dubravka, great strong hand. Great strong hand.
You was expecting to save it.
You would. You would.
To save it.
Moving on. So we got our first... What's the
Goal?
word I'm looking for? No, well, not our first
Victory?
goal.
Win?
We're first...
Corner?
What am I trying to... Can I think of the word?
I've got no idea what you're trying to say.
We had my first involvement with VAR.
Experience.
We had my first experience of VAR.
Yeah.
A couple of times, actually.
I saw you go.
2 or 3, wasn't it?
No. You got something before VAR?
No.
All right, so
Sorry.
VAR. When the play continues, there's no penalty given. Mike Dean waves it, no penalty. When the commentator say that's getting checked, that's when I went, shit.
You automatically start.
They replayed it and I went, shit. I thought that was going to get
Which
given
are
as a
you talking
penalty.
about the Harry Kane one?
The Harry Kane one. So I thought that was getting given as a penalty all day
Because
long.
there was a one before that where it was I think Cher slid in.
Yes, in the first half.
On.
But it didn't get appealed by VAR, did it?
No,
It did. No, it got
Did it?
checked, but
Man, he just got there.
it's.
He just got there. Because it was... There was a lot... That view I was watching, thinking he hasn't got the ball yet, and then he eventually got it, which was a good tackle. But
that was what I'm looking at.
He goes to
50-50.
ground too much in the box for me. He did it against Norwich.
Loves
where
it, doesn't he?
He loves going to ground, and I just feel with the likes of your VARs, it's going to catch him out over the season. But we'll see anyway.
There was another one where Rose and Kraft had a bit of a coming together, where I think Dean kind of.
Dean had a decent game.
That was never a...
Dean had a... He did have a good game.
That's what Mike Dean said, is you went down. He didn't say you died, but he said, but you went down. He was like, I didn't.
God, sorry, I'm going to go back 1 second. Can you remember this bit? I hope you do. Where the ball in the box, it kind of like brought the Kraft a bit. He was talking on his own, and he like just headed it to like in the more dangerous area where it came from.
Edge of the box.
I was like,
that's only what Lascelles does.
God, it was awful, man. I don't like him at the moment.
He was just trying to get ahead on it, though. To be fair,
well, he didn't Dean out. It was he had all the time in the world.
So they had
anyway VAR.
At least three penalty shouts that went to VAR, and I think.
So I was saying penalty shouts. I was saying interaction in the box, because the only one that springs to my mind, I think that's a case where you would look at VAR is the Kane one.
Well, there was 3. There was that the sliding tackle. There was the one with Rose and Kraft. And then there was Lascelles and
so Lascelles and Kane one.
The only one you can say was
50-50, yeah.
Is the Kane one.
So when that went to VAR and it started showing us the replay, if I'm being honest, I would have been upset if that wasn't a penalty to us.
Now I'm going to say my opinion on it. Now, did anyone watch the Man City game before it?
No.
So I started drinking in the Man City game, and did you see the penalty that them should have had?
No, I just said I didn't watch it.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Let us rephrase. Yes. You might not have watched the game.
I haven't watched it the last 10 seconds.
Well, anyway,
Chris, did you watch the game?
No.
I'm just checking. I'm not sure whether you watched it or not.
So you're belling.
So did you watch the Man City game? Let's just be clear on that.
Right. Well, I'll say it again.
Right. Tell me about the Man City.
Did you watch the game?
No, I didn't watch the Man City
Could
game.
you have seen a highlight or a clip on Twitter?
In the last 10 seconds?
What do you mean? No, but I mean, just because you haven't watched the game doesn't mean you haven't seen one episode or a season.
I haven't seen anything
Chris
from the Man
did you
City.
watch it?
I still didn't see it.
Did you watch it?
I didn't know.
Right. Fuck us both then.
Again, I didn't watch it.
What happened was, it was a penalty.
For the third and final time,
Right.
I didn't watch the game.
This thing, it was Silva, got in the box, knocked it ahead, and the lad stood right on his toe, like right on his foot, right? Blatant penalty. It went to VAR, and I was, it's a pen. Like, I don't particularly like Man City, but that's definitely a penalty. Commentator was like, yeah, it's a pen, no penalty. VAR said there was no pen. Now, when the Kane episode happened, obviously it went to VAR, well, that's no way going to be a penalty. I'd just seen the most blatant penalty ever not get given, and that's why I wasn't worried at all. The lads I was watching with all were like, that's a penalty, that I went, it won't be, because the Man City one wasn't, so there's no way that one will be, and of course it wasn't.
To be fair, do
I think it was a pen? Yes. Yeah. It was. Of course he knew exactly. Everyone's saying Kane drove because he gave him a look. Absolute bullshit. Lascelles knew he was falling over, so I'm just going to have to just lean across the
It's not arm that goes
for me,
out.
I don't think there was any movement from Lascelles towards Kane.
Falling over movement.
So 100% Lascelles fell over, but he fell forward. He didn't fall in.
His arm did.
Or anything like that.
He
went straight down.
His arm did. His arm definitely caught him.
Would you have been disappointed if it was the other way around? If that's Joe Linton on goal and one of their players did that?
Of course you would.
Would you be like,
he's fucking covered him? You're going to want to shout for it, but
it's
when you look at it, like as I say, he falls straight forward. He doesn't try to lean into him.
You need to watch it again. He does not fall straight forward.
His arm, it's his arm that connects.
Kane does the exact opposite. The ball's going off over here. Kane leans into the left.
He does.
So
into Lascelles.
That's why I don't think it gets given. I think if Kane carries on after the ball, Lascelles still makes contact and he gets a penalty.
And why doesn't he though? Why
Kane made no attempt to win that ball?
Kane's in the box.
He knows the ball's going away from him. That's
I'll tell you why, Deka. I'll tell you why. Because he's a cheating little shit.
He does dive all the time.
He's horrendous.
But he shouldn't be though. He's one of the best strikers in the world. You're in the box and you're one defender. Is that a heart attack?
He's fell out. He's one of the best strikers in the world. I thought he was absolute dog shit.
He always is against us though.
Absolutely.
He just didn't have Lejeune to kick the bits. He always is, side.
Absolutely terrible.
He was awful. He was awful, which is fabulous for us.
Lucas Moura was more of a threat than he was.
He was,
yeah.
Mind you, he missed a set now. But
twice, 2 setters, mate.
But Kane was terrible. But I've said this before, right, and I'll say it again. Our defenders aren't too bad against slow strikers. When there's someone with a bit of pace and that can get in around them, Lascelles falls to pieces.
That number 10.
And Aguero or someone like that. That number, aye.
The struggle.
But against a more physical style centre forward and someone that's not blessed with pace, we can handle quite fine. Especially when we sit so deep. Kane really can't really do anything because he's not quick. He's not a very good dribbler. And when we're as deep as we were, which I'm not complaining, I understand why we were deep. We're trying to hold on to the lead, fair enough. But I didn't feel any threat. Yes, when I seen it in real time, oh Jesus, they were going to VAR. Only because I'd seen the Man City game, I thought actually that'll not be a goal.
I think he handballs it in real time. When I'm watching it, I think Lascelles handballs because the way the ball moves and Lascelles' arm, you see Kevin saying go to the right as well. I think it's handballed.
There's no. I reckon if you
still a penalty.
I reckon if you asked Lascelles at that moment, he would have thought.
Of course.
I knew what I was doing there. I knew what I was doing there. He definitely was.
Of course.
The worrying thing for me was when they kept playing the clip, and all they were focusing on was the bit where Lascelles was going down and Kane went over him. They didn't show anything for the run up to like what happened to, because you didn't even see Lascelles going down to see whether there was a coming together or anything like that. All you seen was him just going up and down, up and down, up and down, him going up and down. Like,
because
what's happened?
Personally,
and then they started changing the camera angles, which is then when you got.
I felt that he went over because he knew he wasn't going to get there for the tackle, and I felt he knew I can't get him, so I'm just going to have to get in front of him.
When you looked at seeing the full thing out, his legs just went from beneath him, and then
because he knew he couldn't get him.
Well, he was injured, wasn't he? That's what happened.
Fair comment. Fair comment. Yeah.
So it's not that he's, think, I'm not going to get there. His legs have gone on.
So the substitutes that came on, obviously, it was Atu that came on. Great game. Fernandes came on. And another steady game when he comes on was not long.
That's a superb option,
Yeah.
Lascelles comes off and Fernandes comes on. I'm out of the moon.
And the other one was Mutu came on. Who went off for Mutu? Was it Joe Linton? Because he went down injured later on.
We need to mention his performance because we're giving him a bit of a battering, I feel.
Joe Linton.
I thought he was amazing.
I think you were very unfair on him.
Do you think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
What unfair from
last week?
Yeah, because
he couldn't shout a bag of sand, man.
It's very difficult when you stood up there with nobody a million miles around.
I think we'll mention that.
You're battling against. But saying that he was, how.
Well, I've watched this Spurs game 3 times, right, in its entirety, and
tell someone's been off work for the last 2 days.
Honestly, no, I swear, right? And
did you watch a Man City game?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
did you?
Once. There was loads of times he was isolated again, but this time he kept hold of the ball for a hell of a lot longer. People were bouncing off him, man. People were trying to get us bouncing off him. That's what he has to do. Whereas the Norwich game, I felt everything was bouncing off him.
He showed everything in that game. That's Spurs game that he can do.
He was
majority of things as a striker.
And I also seen at the start of the day that his pass accuracy was 92%, which that for a lone striker is incredible. When you've got defence like Spurs hanging off your shirt for 90 minutes.
Special mention to Almiron. He's back in a position that wasn't that number 10 directly behind the striker, and I think he made much more of an impact once again.
Yeah, he was great.
He's much better when he's got free space to run into.
His work rate, there's amount of times I've seen him running.
See that towards the end? I think it's like the 80-odd minutes, and he runs to their keeper for the ball, just chase it down. 10 seconds there, he's in our box defending.
You can't.
He doesn't stop running
any more than that, can you? He might not have a goal. They banged the drum a lot, didn't they?
Yeah.
Stat of 0 goals, 0 assists. I mean, they're not even giving them the fucking
2 assists.
The ones we're trying to give them. They were saying 0-0, but I didn't really care. Like, for me, his work rate and effort will do for me. Like, he's good, man.
Great player, man.
He is
great
good.
Player.
I like him a lot.
You mentioned that as well, and that then brings me to Richie, because there was a bit where I think it was about the 80th minute or something like that, and he was up in the top left corner, and they broke, and he absolutely sprints back down and gets
so
back.
So the footage of that, it looks like someone's altered it, because it's like you just, do you know when you get on FIFA and you get a final bit of sprint and you pass everyone? That's what he's like.
He was
I've been sat for the last 2 days thinking of some sort of caption I can put over the top of that to get a few interactions, but I can't think of anything.
It's like, run, Richie, run, isn't it? He's like,
he's really giving it, like. But again, that proves, though, doesn't it, that they were so well drilled and so like.
Mentioning Richie, a favourite point of the game,
brilliant,
where he kicks Atsu up the arse.
Was that?
Fantastic.
I was like, when it was happening, I was like, did he just kick him up the arse?
Fantastic.
That's him, Alan.
Fantastic. But that was great by your winger to get that defensive block in there.
It was.
Another point, which I want to talk about, is Mutu gets a ball halfway line, and he's running on goal there. And I think it might be, is it Rose?
Absolutely.
Well, it's a bit of a scuffle beforehand.
Rose was absolutely.
Is it Rose? Was it Sanchez?
Sanchez, yes, Sanchez, yeah.
Rose, for me, the entire game was filthy. Just fouling, kicking, little digs, sniding the referee's ear the whole time. He was a right little prick.
So that one with the Sanchez one, Mutu gets in front of him, just clear pace. You can see he gets in front of him. Next minute, that's a foul no matter where you're on the pitch.
It's ridiculous.
How does that not go to VAR?
He's the last man.
Does VAR only happen when it's a certain part of the pitch, or?
Well, it's any decision.
Because if you've got Mutu on the pitch and you've got Almira on the other side of the pitch, those are going to get towards goal. I'll tell you that quicker than anyone else on the pitch.
It was a foul, and I thought, that might be a ready.
Mutu went wild.
Yeah, I rightly so.
Wild.
He didn't even pull it up for a free kick.
No,
nothing.
He
plays on.
Yeah.
Nothing.
In fairness, that was probably the only bad decision you got the whole game, and I don't like that ref, to be honest, but he did do well, but that decision was appalling.
Yeah.
Because especially, it's one of them moments, isn't it, where you think like, we've been leading for so long.
Yeah.
We've got a chance to break. We've lost the ball. Should be a foul. They're gonna go and score. Yeah. That's what I was thinking anyway. Doom and gloom.
Well, that's one of the things that, because we'd been like Titans defending, like blocking everything, chucking your bodies on the line, and that's why it felt so good at the final whistle to come away with the victory. Is because they really gave the role everything to get that result. Everything. But you do have that thought of, we deserve this, but you can just see them sneaking down the other end.
Because you would have drawn 1-1 and been devastated.
I was watching at my mate's house, and when the VAR decision came up, I said, if they get a penalty here, they'll go on and win that game. Mm-hmm. That's what I was worried about. Because we know what we're like when we concede a goal, heads are down. Yeah. And that's what worried us. But it didn't happen. No. It was a fantastic performance from start to finish. It was like you said, Paul Dummett rightly deserved of that man of the match performance.
Award as well.
If not, it was a close second at Atsu, I'll tell you that.
I agree. Yeah,
fantastic game by Atsu. I think he's unlucky not to get that man of the match because of Dummett's performance.
Yeah. Dummett was outstanding.
It was bad at Dummett, no nonsense, where he'll get that ball, he's in the right position.
That was the thing, he read the game
really
the game
well. Perfectly.
He read it so well, so many times.
And we say this is normally how he performs at home, where if he knows he can reach the ball but he can't really do anything with it apart from clear it, he'll do it. He won't try and dick about with it.
Yeah.
He'll just put a player into the stands.
Well, he did it a few times.
He gets a body part on, he just does something to stop a goal scoring opportunity.
I've been a huge critic of Paul Dummett in the past, and I think over the last 2-3 seasons I've grew to appreciate what sort of player he is and what he actually brings to the team. And I don't think many people have done that since recently, because he's a great defender.
I don't know. I think
Alan Pardew said he wasn't a Premier League player and that he'd struggle to get into that Premier League team or something bullshit like that, didn't he?
He wasn't.
I think you're
giving him having a bit of rose tinted specs because he was bad then. But as you say, the last 2-3 seasons
he's came on, hasn't he?
Really, really improved.
He has, but we've sat around here and I'm have to agree.
You'd replace him.
Is he a Premier League left back? Like you would?
I've always said I prefer him at centre half.
Maybe, but
I don't. I prefer left back.
As a left back, you need to be able to go forward these days, and I'm sorry you can't do it.
And
I can understand why someone might say he's not a Premier League left back. He might be a tackle for you and work hard, and he's got great shape, and he's organised, and he'll work hard, and he'll fucking tackle a brick wall for you. But ask him to pass that ball 10 yards, you're in big trouble. And that's the problem you've got.
Time and time again, getting isolated and getting targeted by the opposition when he's playing.
Now, what I will say,
I don't think we've seen that for a while, mind.
What I am going to definitely say here,
but he hasn't played there, has he? Though
when he had
played all of last season.
when he has been left back when we were in a 4, he was coming against Martial's, Sanchez's, time and time again. He had them in the pocket every time.
Yeah.
I think it was Salah couldn't touch the ball. We were worried about knockout, and them days of the knockout days, he just kicked him all over the place. He was always solid as he could get.
Yes, as a player.
I honestly think he's underrated, not just amongst Newcastle fans, but football fans in general.
I think he's underrated. I definitely agree with that.
I think more Newcastle fans appreciate him now for what he gives you than.
Yeah.
But as I say, go back then, he was.
You've got to accept what he is. He was very, very good defensively. But when you've got Watford at home come Saturday, he's not perhaps what you want, because you want someone that's going to get the other end of the pitch and create something. Whereas he'll not be that person.
But in this formation that he's playing now,
if he
it's
plays
quite
left
a
of the 3,
comfortable formation that he's playing in, isn't it? Because he doesn't have to do that.
No, if he plays left of the 3, then
you've got Richie to do that,
absolutely.
and so on and so on up the pitch.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But again, once you've got, Lejeune comes back fit.
He's out.
No, I'm saying like when.
No, I mean Lejeune. Out. Sorry.
Yes,
Lejeune would be back in
because
I think Lejeune brings Lascelles on 10 now.
I think it's. I don't think
Lascelles.
I don't think that would happen straight off, though. I think you would have to wait for either suspension or someone to get injured before that happens.
Well, it was funny, Dummett smashed the ball away, did really well. He won the ball, had the ball, and he just smashed it away, and we're reset.
Yeah.
And I said to everyone that was watching, if he had done that against Arsenal, we would have 4 points there. We would have drew against Arsenal. I mean, if you can blame Williams or whatever, but if he hadn't done that pass and had just smashed it away, we would have been sitting here with only 1 defeat. And we would have beat Spurs in drew against Arsenal, and we would have been going, what an amazing start that is.
I'll tell you what happens. I mentioned Sean Longstaff's raker. The keeper tipped it on.
That was it.
That was early on. Yeah, really early on.
That was good. I was really pleased he had a shot as well.
If I give it to any player on the edge of the box, it'll be Longstaff.
He's got a great shot.
He's got a ridiculous shot.
Ping, he's got a good.
So is his brother as well. He's not pre-season.
He's not frightened to have a goal though, is he? There's a lot of players that get in that position and look for a cross or something, but he thought, I was going to smash this, and why not? Why not?
And it wasn't that he was full of confidence at that point as well, because he
had a shy game at the start.
He was playing.
Do you know what is good about him? Right, I agree. I thought he was awful. He kept giving that pass. Still couldn't have been over that pass.
First 15 minutes,
Croft was wide open. He said, "I'll give it to you." But anyway, he's always working hard, isn't he? He's always busy. Whereas Shelby just never won't give you that. Now I'm Shelby's biggest fan. I am.
I would, like, me and you were opposite with Shelby. Complete opposites. I don't think he really brings much to the team.
I would not have him in the team.
So I think Bruce. It's a funny one this as well, because Bruce had said during the week that I think he said something like a quote of, "From afar, I've always thought Shelby's an amazing player."
Yeah.
And when I read this article, I was like, "Oh, he'd be playing on Saturday or Sunday." Sorry. Then he was dropped, and I was really surprised that he had the. I think that was quite a brave decision from this early to drop him. Like,
for me, I think that is probably one of the main reasons that we did what we did, because, as I've said, umpteen times, is when Shelby plays, our game is so slow, and we play so far deep because he'll come and sit on the defender's toes to get that ball, whereas Longstaff and Hayden are that little bit further up the pitch, and they're a lot quicker to either move the ball or to go with the ball.
That doesn't worry me as much as what it worries is when we lose the ball, how long it takes Shelby to react.
Yeah.
Because we've seen it, and
I
go on about this over and over again. When Shelby loses the ball, he sighs first before he reacts. He crouches down every single time. And watch it, every single time he loses it, he goes like this and slouches down. Then he reacts. Anyone else,
and his reaction is normally
by point at someone else.
Go and get him.
That's what worries about Shelby. But
I
forget the negatives. Forget the negatives.
I was thrilled for Bruce. I was thrilled for him, and at the end of the game, it was brilliant. I thought
swaying his head off at all the players coming on the pitch.
That's what you want to see, man. So Shea was laughing his head off, and he was like, "Fucking get in there," and it was brilliant. I loved that personally.
Right, so I'm done. Anything else that you want to add to this one?
No.
Won Ya Kna.
Empty glass, Worse that.
It feels like the wind.
Empty glass. It does.
It feels like the other one.
Like,
I still haven't stopped smiling about it.
I was away doing it. I cannot remember a thing after that game.
Was there any cockneys in your bar?
I just went wild on cheap Turkish lager and cocktails.
Is it F still there?
You just added the tails.
FS and Tuborg.
FS, yeah.
Oh, I added the tails on.
Cheap Turkish cock.
It was the bar that we're watching in. It was €9 for a pint, so it was like 130, 140 for a pint of FS. Great.
So I'll cheap gear on that like this, is it? Not.
Did you get with shirts?
Well,
he's forgot.
No, I was going to get them, but
he's forgot what shirts.
They had Fun 99 on.
No, the orange one they had was excellent. That was a very, very good copy. Everywhere had very good copies of the orange one. The green one awful.
Really?
Like shocking. So I didn't even entertain getting them ones. And the black and white one all had the wrong badge on. They all had coloured badges.
In the wrong place as well if you're biting there.
No, well. So it was like that.
So if anyone wants to donate any shirts, feel welcome to do so.
You can do what you like.
But the orange one's nice.
Did you get the orange one?
And
Did you get the orange
it comes
one?
with blue shorts, not orange.
Oh, does it?
Wrong, but it's
better. Right, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We'll see you loads more during the week because we've got a shitloads of videos coming your way. Woo-hoo. See you later.